The beautiful UH-1H, also known as the Huey. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fly and how to hit your targets with this thing. Now, I don't have, all the experience in flying, but I have gotten better on my days. I never used to fly beforehand, but seeing how they added rocket pods to these helicopters, I started to learn and started to actually get pretty good with these things. I'm playing on PC with Xbox controller, but it does show PS5 controls and such, so for you PS5 players out there, this, will correlate kind of well for you guys. Alright, first thing you want to do is actually get into the helicopter. Once you're seated into the helicopter here, you're going to want to go ahead and look up and deploy your sight right here, your sight picture. It shows you up top all of your meterage, where to adjust stuff, corresponding to this little lever on the side. I never really adjust that, never really need it, but it's there if you need it. So before you go ahead and take off, you want to look around the cockpit, kind of get familiar with your buttons. Start engines over here, your search light, your landing light. And if you look down, right in the console, it's kind of hard to kind of get that visual. See if I can get it. Right there. This will select your ripple quantity on your missiles, as well as if you want to fire both sides, the left, or just your right pods. So I like to do left and right sometimes to save some of the missiles, so I'm not firing two at a time. And obviously it tells you how to start your engine, bottom left hand corner, hold L3, and hold square. Hold that in until you get that little, your pedals will move, and you hear the engine start up. Just like that. Now for new flyers, I recommend flying in third person. It is a lot easier to see your surroundings and whatnot. Go into your first person mode so that way you can see your sight. And you can actually click the zoom, and you can see, I do this a lot, clicking, zooming in so that way I can see my targets farther away. Square is how you take off. It is called collective. I call it ascending. And then your X button is going to be your descending. So before I get started here, you don't want to immediately take off and hit left or right. I mean, you can see how much it moves the helicopter around. If I was to take off a little bit off the ground and I was to go all the way right, it would tip the helicopter over completely. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just take off straight up in the air, get some height before you fool around with tipping around. So we're going to do that right now. You start flying straight up, and using a left analog stick will tip you back and forth, as well as forward and backwards. Forwards, you hold it there for a second like that, let go, and it'll start moving you forward. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but some people might not know that. And you can actually see this little indicator right here tells you your level. So if you're flying at night or whatever, and you don't know how level you are compared to the ground or whatnot, take a look at that right there. So I play on legacy controls, so these might be slightly different to if you're playing update controls. I apologize, you're gonna have to kind of reconfigure them. If you're playing legacy controls, clicking in the L2 button will turn you to the left. It'll rotate the helicopter left. See the tail moves left, and then you can go the other way. Now normally both bindings are the both triggers, so your left trigger will over to the left, and then your right trigger will go to the right. But I had to go in and re-keybind it because hitting the right trigger shoots your missiles. So what I did is I re-keybind it to be the top bumper. I keep saying bumper because I'm on Xbox controllers, but it would be R1 for you guys. So re-keybind that to R1, you can still go around in a circle like this, and then you can keep your trigger for your firing. Now, like I said, you can readjust those to however you want. That's just how I prefer myself. So L2 turns you left, and then for me, R1 turns you right. And then my R2 will be the firing. We're just talking about the basics now. We're just, you want to tip forward a little bit, and you also want to hit the ascend button. The ascend button will actually pull the helicopter up further, but if you're tipped down, you'll get more speed. And you can slightly see, so when I'm just flying normal without hitting the ascend or the descend button, the helicopter blades are kind of flat. If I hit ascend, they actually tip upwards. And then you can see them tipping down when I descend. So from my experience of doing a dive, I could be completely wrong on this, but from what I know is when you go ahead and pull up, obviously there's this arc line here where you're trying to pull up when you're in a steep dive like this. Now, if you hold the ascend button, the helicopter wants to go this way. So it actually, in certain situations, holding the ascend button and pulling up at the same time when you're close to the ground doesn't work when you're in a steep dive like this, because the helicopter almost wants to pull you over to like a 90-degree angle, and you're gonna hit the ground flat, like straight down. If that makes any sense. I'm gonna, I'll be drawing this out here. I could be completely wrong, but every time I go into a steep dive close to the ground and I hold the ascend button and pull up, I crash. But if I let go of the ascend button at a certain time and then just pull up, it will swing the helicopter up and almost do like a loop. Now I'm gonna try to show you this right here. I just held the up button and see how much it flips up like this. See if I'm holding the ascend button right now, and it's pulling me, and I crashed. Now, like I said, I might be wrong in saying that for how it works, but that's my understanding of how, you know, when you're in a steep dive. And definitely what you don't want to do in a steep dive is hold the descend button, because you're just going to hit the ground like that really hard and cause a bunch of damage. Alright, we're going to go ahead and attack Mill Hospital now. We're going to go select to the left one only, so that way I'm not blowing through all my rockets really quickly. And Mill Hospital's over that way, so I'm going to gain some height. You want to gain some height at the beginning. Now, a lot of people will run real close to the ground and shoot really fast. Now, those are more expert flyers. I prefer to, you know, because I'm still new at flying and shooting the missiles, get some height so that way you can see your situation. Sometimes a flyby over the base will help to see what kind of enemies you have down there. And this is where the zoom in feature helps a lot. You can see a lot more bases. The helicopter looks like a BDRM2. Go ahead and shoot at it. There you go. Got the helicopter. Took a couple shots. There's a few guys down there. Now we're going to continue to climb when we leave the base, and we're just going to slightly tip. Just tip to the left. Alright, now we're back on target. Oh, looks like there's one down here. Alright, I missed him. I'm out of rockets in my left pod, so what you're going to want to do is switch over to the right pods. You don't have to do that. You can keep it on so it shoots both. Ooh, we're actually taking fire. Hang on. I'm gonna ascend it a little bit. Flatten it out. What is he using? Oh, he's down. Missing that BTR. I'm not perfect at it, but these guys are relentless. It's good to keep low after you do your run, so that way they can't hit you through the trees, and then ascend after. Oh, BTR's rolling out. I'm out of rockets. As you can tell, I'm definitely not a pro, and I'm going to get roasted in the comments so much about my flying abilities and my accuracy abilities with this thing. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do some landings now. Now, like I said, third person is a lot easier to do landings on, so we're going to do that to show you guys. So if you want to land in this field, tip up and hold the descend button. And then right before you hit, start ascending again, and it'll level you out like this. That is the very simple way to land. You can use auto hover by clicking down the left stick. The little symbol on the left hand side will say auto hover. A lot of newbies use this. I mean, I use this in certain situations. And then from there, it flattens you out. And then you just descend on your own time. You don't have to worry about, you know, all these fancy tricks and stuff. But we're going to go ahead. And so that was two different style landings right there. Auto hover and the nose up descend. We're going to go ahead and show you something a little bit faster. A lot of times you can't land the nose up descend style because of your speed. If you have a lot of speed, that doesn't work that well and you overshoot your target. So if you're getting really fast, what you're going to do is nose down, hold descend, come up, loop around, and hold descend right here, and then ascend again. Kind of level yourself up. A lot of times when you flip like that, you have to fiddle around the ascend and descending, depending on how fast you're going to fall. We're going to go ahead and give that another try, maybe a little bit cleaner than that one. Alright, I want to land right here. You almost flip it over completely, start descending, and then hit ascend again real quickly, just tap it for a landing. Which I'm not actually going to land because I'm going to show you some other stuff here. Alright, let's just say I want to land on the other side of these trees of the water, like on the other side of the field of the road. What you're going to do is pull up and let go of descend. You're actually going to hold descend right now because it's going to pull your helicopter back like this. Then you can ascend and level off like that. Try the same situation, but I'm going to hold ascend instead of descend. So I'm going to pull up, and watch what happens when I hold ascend. It actually pulls me back through the lake. whereas hold and descend will pull me to the other side. I always, when I say that, I always flip up to the right. That's just something I always do. A lot of people flip up to the left. I always find it easier flipping up to the right. Pull up, hold descend. It'll bring me across this tree line. Well, didn't have enough speed, but yeah, that's essentially how it works right there. All right, we'll show you one last time. I know this part might be boring, but to a lot of people it's kind of interesting, the physics of the helicopter. We're gonna pull up, hold descend. It'll pull us across the tree line. That tree line was kind of thick, so that didn't work, and my speed wasn't the fastest. If you have a lot faster speed, you can actually pull yourself across this entire thing and land right here. Like I said, guys, I mean, I'm gonna get roasted by all these, you know, Arma pilots. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm still learning, but I wanted to teach you guys the basics of helicopter flying and stuff with this thing. Now, like I said, the Russian MIA is a lot harder to fly. That thing is a pig. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that after this last part on this Huey. As you can see, the back rotor is completely destroyed. So there's actually a way to fly when this happens. Taking off and landing is the hardest part because you're going to be in a complete spin like this. You're going to start your spinning. It's going to be very sickly. Trying not to puke, guys. I apologize. What you're going to want to do is kind of go with the spin. So you don't want to be pulling left. If you pull against the spin, it's not going to work. Come on. There you go. Tip it down, tip it down. If you can get tipped. Oh, there we go. We got it. You actually kind of got to go back and forth. You can't fully go against it or with it. You have to go back and forth with the spin itself. But there you go. That is how you get out of the uncontrolled spin, guys. Now we're in the big baddie, the big whale, the Russian helicopter. Now, this thing you sit on the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. You have a front gunner and a rear gunner as well if you're using the gunship variant. And your sight right here, you can't fold it up. That stays how it is. All the basics are the same as the Huey, except you have to remember you're literally a flying whale. This thing will not flip around. It will not do tricks. It is a flying tank. That is literally all it is. You want elevation with this thing. You want to get as much elevation as you can before you do your little bombing runs. As you can see, the bottom right hand corner, there's a lot more missiles on this thing. You can look up, change your ripple system. You can do pods 3 and 4, and then 1, 2, 5, and 6. Of course, it sets auto, so it fires all of them at once. And then you can also do your ripple quantity, how many missiles per shot it is. That's what the ripple system is. I have it set for 4, so it shoots 4 at a time. 4 per pod. Alright, we're gonna go ahead. Absolutely rain hell down on them. And then when you want to turn around, don't make it like a sharp turn. Go straight up. Keep going up. Just pull up. That's all you gotta do. And then hit either your left or your right turn on your back rotor. And there you go. You flip around like this. You can go back to first person and continue making your runs. I'll try to hit that BTR if I can. I'm not that good. Nope, not good. I'm not good. I burned through all my missiles already, but we destroyed that building. And then you come back kind of flat. And then you can ascend, pull up, do what you gotta do to clear that ground. You know, screw it. We're gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna refill my rockets right here. There we go. I got my rockets back. With this thing, I always tip to the left. I don't know why. It's different than the Huey. It's always it's weird. I don't know. Oh god, I'm so bad at this thing, man. Oh, pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh! Dude, I can't hit nothing of this thing. I have not trained enough of this thing. The only thing I have gotten down is just the turning like this, the quick turns. Nah. Alright, full send it, full send it, full send it, full send it. Screw you! Alright, guys. I still not even destroyed. You know what? Screw you, buddy. Screw you. Yeah, you like that. That's the very, very, very basics of flying helicopters. Like I said, if you want to see a part 2 or a more in-depth detail of how to fly exactly, let me know in the comment section below, because I have a few hours under the belt when I was doing my live streams playing with these helicopters. I never ran helicopters before. I was never really a transport troop person. I'm more of an attack a base, so the fact that there's missiles on these helicopters now kind of makes me gotta learn these things. I hope this video helped. Please let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.